Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Wizordum on the Series X, developed by Ember Heart Games and published by Apogee Entertainment. So what is Wizordum? Wizordum is a retro FPS that puts you in the role of a mage on a quest to track down the source of chaos. The premise is you are a lone mage with a wide arsenal of spells and magical items, who decides to battle their way through the world of Terra Buma in this unique blend of classical 90s shooters and modern gaming elements. The game boasts a vast arsenal of magical weapons and items and a large number of secret areas, 12 separate custom levels built by the community, challenges at each level, and the ability to compete online for the best time. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, there are some options available. The options are auto switch, auto aim, screen flash colours and speed alongside HUD size. There is no button remapping or subtitle options. Audio options, however, are also limited, but even with these options, it does mean more people can enjoy the game. Next up is gameplay. If you are like me, high fidelity visuals are starting to become a little boring. I'm not saying that I hate them, it's just seeing every strand of hair on a beard for the 100th time is not letting me lose myself in imagination. This is why I believe there is still a huge fan base for retro aesthetics and good old-fashioned gameplay. And who's best than Apogee Entertainment, the publishers behind Duke Nukem, Rise of the Triad and Turbo Overkill, another of my favourites, to take on the task head on. So when I saw another of their games being ported to the Xbox console, I jumped at the chance to hit them up. The question is, will it live up to the previous titles? After all, Turbo Overkill was a high bar. Well, let's get into it. You start as the last mage after a chaos has run amok in your beloved world of Terra Buma. It's up to you to equip a variety of spells and take down the evil within the lands that have been overrun. The game provides 21 levels spanned over 3 region episodes, each with their own unique boss to contend with. The game starts with a choice of difficulty and unusually a choice in characters. 2 individuals are on offer, the cleric with his mace or the sorceress with her wand. Each have different starting stats, but over the course of the game will arrive with the same arsenal. The cleric is a good all-rounder, with the sorceress having less armour but more powerful damage. From the beginning, you'll be forgiven that this is some sort of Hexen clone, but you'll be highly mistaken. From the outset, you make your way through the levels, picking up new weapons as you do to take down foes in fun and engaging ways before exiting that said level. There are 9 magical weapons. The Fire Rings, the first collectible weapon, launches a barrage of fireballs from the player's character's hands, allowing for easy and powerful targeting. The second, and one of my favourites, is the Frost Weaver, an ice staff that fires a spread of magical icicles that freeze an enemy in place. All weapons are great at what they do, and in turn often are tailored to affect a specific enemy's weaknesses, but useful on all in general. Even the bog standard mace is great for obliterating frozen enemies and unearthing hidden passages. Alongside each of the weapons are 4 powerful area of effect spells designed to hurt nearby enemies or protect you from them. Also, there is an ultimate attack using the Y button, which will destroy any enemy within a certain reach of when that spell is cast. At the end of each level, you'll be sent to a shop to upgrade your character's weapons, spells and character items using gold you have found around the levels. The weapon upgrades provide an alternative tack. The spells add more attacks, and the character's items give you more consumables in relation to spells, weapons and health potions allotments. At first, this doesn't seem like much, but as you progress further, these upgrades will be key to your survival. Combining your spells and the alternative attacks will be key to managing hordes of enemies which barrel at you at any given chance. For example, freeze an enemy, it then allows you to switch over to the fireball spell to explode them. You may be thinking this is an easy game to play, and if you can keep the foes at a distance, you would be right. However, the layout and numbers of the enemies will soon dispel that idea, as even a lowly rat can do some serious damage if you are caught in a corner with no way out. For example, the first levels host a number of goblins, who on their own are a little more than a nuisance. However, some are led by hulking lords who can buff their smaller companions with rage, making them far more dangerous and faster. The lords also send out ice shockwaves, so can be a real pain if you don't look where you are going when retreating. These combination of enemy attacks are also found in a vast array of enemies that are there to ensure a real challenge to the player is provided. You'll soon be backing off regularly to the map's corners to ensure you have a good distance in order to destroy the waves coming at you. Speaking of maps, no good boomer shooter can be without its secret areas, and oh my, does Wizordum have a lot. Each level consists of about 20 plus secrets, from simply pushing buttons to expose hidden rooms, to hidden switches dotted around levels to provide a completely secret exit location leading onto a hidden level. I often spent more time searching for secret areas than anything else, as these also held the most gold and treasure needed to upgrade your character. There is a real challenge here to get 100% on finding all secrets, as to do so you'll need to think outside the box than simply spamming the A button against the walls. The amount of times I found a secret because my fireball missed an enemy but broke part of the wall behind them. The game has also been designed to be enjoyed for the newer and older players alike, with even a speedrun mode being allocated in the options menu for those that want to compete on the online leaderboard. If the main game's levels are also not enough, the developers have also added 12 community built levels for the player to enjoy. And whilst there is no level editor like the PC version, this is just another nice touch to ensure there's always something to play once the game is completed. Next up is graphics. When it comes to the style of gameplay, the visuals went full retro with low resolution pixel art with blood and gore effects aplenty. From the outset, you may be forgiven that thinking everything is 3D, with the majority of its landscape being a fixed cube design. Every roof is the same height, every hole exactly the same depth. It's there to keep you focused on what's in front of you as you explore the lands that feel similar to a dungeon drawn straight out of Dungeons & Dragons book. This, however, is not the case, with a huge amount of assets being actually 2D. The landscape is decorated with a vast array of elements such as barrels, carts, foliage and dead bodies, all in a 2D poster-like format. This is then pushed further with the enemies of the game, with the goblins, skeletons, tentacles and evil sorcerers that make up a small portion of the Chaos Army. The trick here is that no matter the direction you are facing, all the 2D elements rotate to face you and give you that semi-3D effect. And with a plethora of enemy variety, you won't be bored as you make your way through the game. Even the spells your characters cast or the weapons held in their hands that grasp them are all obviously flat as a cardboard sheet. But due to this, it somehow promotes the player's attention to focus more on the lighting, shadow and texture than the landscape overall. Now, the size and complexity of maps vary depending on location, and as there is no jump button, the access areas that are high up or below, you will need to travel through a variety of doorways, stairs, trapdoors and magical transporters to get to them. As there is no direct link, hidden areas you can spot are often a case of searching the immediate zone for said access way rather than trying to work out its entrance point. Overall, I would say there is a great variety of locations to enjoy and engage with that suits the episode you are making your way through. Finally, it's sound. Like any boomer shooter, it's all about the music blasting out combined with the effects to ensure that feeling is just right. The game here has a variety of sounds based on piano and guitar scores that ooze that retro fantasy world of yonder. Depending on the episode, the music does a fantastic job of selling that magical fantasy world whilst engaging the player to keep pushing forward. The weaponry, like any good shooter, takes full centre stage in the sound department, with spells being cast all sounding classic and brutal as your enemies get the tail end of a fireball or frozen icicle. Environmental sounds are also great, with birds and wind being showcased when out in the open, and more gloomy sounds for cemeteries or hollow deep noises for the underground tunnels. Voice work here is only in the intro for each of the episodes, and the voice actor does a nice gruff storyteller approach in passing over the lore. Little to no other voice work is done except the grunts, howls and cries of your enemies as they move into attack. My recommendation here would be a good quality headset so you can enjoy the spells destroying the lives of the masses of chaos as they attack you. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Wizordum is a must own. For me, this is another home run for Apogee Entertainment. It provides exactly what you expect in a retro shooter, whilst adding enough quality of life improvements to keep you playing long after the story has ended. Combine that with a price that outright provides you with entertainment for a huge amount of hours, and it's a win-win. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £16.74, or approximately $20. And depending on your skill and patience would give you about 40 plus hours to complete the story. However, you can easily double that with a second playthrough with the other character and still have the 12 community levels to enjoy. You know exactly what you'll be getting yourself into when buying Wizordum. And like me, if you just want that gorgeous reimagined retro boomer shooter game that oozes all charm and puts a smile on your face, then this is a no-brainer of a purchase. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.